Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. Another pretty interesting few days with the latest firing of a missile over Japan for North Korea. Markets initially took a pretty big dive there. Dow was down about 100 odd points. Europe was down quite aggressively as well as the euro strengthened. And it's really been a story of a weakening dollar, which is sort of quite interesting. But really, there was very little sort of sell-off after initial sort of markdowns, and actually a few buyers sort of started appearing, and the Dow sort of managed to sort of recover ground, and is actually up small on the day now. Just goes to show the resilience of this market, and certainly there are pretty decent buyers out there, and any sort of reasonable markdown is met with some pretty good buying opportunities. Just going to be very interesting to see how it sort of plays through. As I said, a very weakening dollar out there, and that's obviously good for US exports, but it's just going to be interesting to see how it plays through. Probably waiting for the next employment data, and then obviously as we head into September, potentially the start of the Fed unwinding their balance sheet. That's all against the backdrop, obviously, of horrific events in Texas. Massive flooding out there, and it's really going to be interesting to see the actual cost of the cleanup. Numbers floating around at the moment, sort of $40–50 billion. Yet to see the rain sort of subside there and really get a handle on what the actual costs are going to be for clearing things up. But certainly, it's a pretty major catastrophe. Europe struggled a little bit as again the euro sort of strengthened out there, which is obviously pretty negative for European exports. But as I said, before, European growth is actually pushing on a pretty good rate. It's just going to be interesting to see whether it can sort of just ride out this little sort of storm and sort of head into the northern hemisphere winter. It's going to be interesting to see how those markets sort of play out. But at the moment, there's pretty good buying out there. Interesting, oil hasn't really sort of shot up too dramatically. Obviously quite a few of the Gulf rigs have been closed down while Hurricane Harvey sort of sweeps through. And as I'm just waiting now to see the sort of full impact of that and wait to see when those rigs can get back online. But at the moment, oil didn't manage to get much above 50, and it's currently hovering around sort of 46 to 48 bucks a barrel. Here in New Zealand, obviously getting closer to September and election month, polls are really pretty close to call, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this sort of plays through. At the moment, it really does look too close to call. It's just going to be interesting now, as the parties try and swing the last sort of votes to see if they can just get their party across the line. Couple of fixed interest offers out there. Precinct Properties got a convertible note. ANZ have a bond. Heartland. If you're interested in any of those, call us on 0800 867 323. Now, if you are looking for income, plenty of options out there, and if you're looking at discussing what options are available, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles. We look forward to speaking to you soon.